Right, I said I'd show you what I bought. I've maybe done a big mistake here, or I bought a lemon or something really good. I think I bought something really good. Anyway, these old bites take a while. Right, can you tell what it is? Yep, it's a Triumph. Or is it? So, what I spent my son's inheritance on is a Triumph Tiger 90, 350 twin, 1962, so it's the first year they were made, I think. It's had a lot of restoration on it, so lots of parts on it that are new, but it still needs work. And we can see it's a little bit in the white at the moment because it's not been finished. But let's have a look round and I'll show you what I've actually bought. Right, so let's have a look and see what I've actually bought. So, Triumph, obviously with missing bits and pieces on it. So it's had a restoration on it, but not completed. So we got things like new rims, which is really nice, new headlight, new clocks. Tacho doesn't work because I've still got to connect that. New rear rims, new pipes, which is rather nice. The engine looks good. I think the engine has been rebuilt, but I did notice there's a little bit of an oil leak around one of the these valve shaft things here, so that needs to be looked at. But this isn't an overnight project. Obviously got new tyres, which is really good. I've just put that mirror on because I'm going to try and attempt to take it for a little ride. It might be a really big mistake, right? But yeah, it's fairly standard, apart from the tank. The tank isn't correct. So the tank is a T100, I think, obviously an old T100, because they had different fixings. So we had, on the Tiger 90s, you had fixings here where it fixed to the headstock, and on the back as well. So this tank has been adapted for this, so it's had those parts fitted to it. So, you know, it'll work. But I think they're pretty much the right size. The only main difference between the two is that we don't have the holes for the little rack, but that's something I can add at a later stage. But apart from that, everything is pretty standard. I love these big drums. I just love these big drums on the front. They're so cool. I always wanted one though with the vent in it. You know, you get the vent on here. They look so cool. I still want something on a coffee table. They look so fantastic. But yeah. So what did all this loveliness cost me? Well, with wheeling and dealing and all the rest of it, it sets me in about 3,000. So, but we part X the Street Triple and that, and I know somebody can say you should have get the Street Triple, but the Street Triple was surplus to requirements really. And I wanted to just have a play with a classic, really. So we got what we wanted for the Street Triple, and now we've got this. So this I'm going to try, although it may now fall in when I'm actually going to be in Morocco, the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. I fancied using it on that, but if not, I'll use it on something else. But that's what I plan to do with it. I've got to spray it. I'm going to do the spraying. It's going to be creamy on top with orange on the bottom, and then I've got to do the mud guards the same, with the striping like you see on there. I've got the little number plate which goes on there, so that's cool. I bought that from an Auto Jumble the other week for £5, and it's like it was potluck where it was the right one, and it actually fits perfectly. So because you get the little bar that goes in there. I've got new tank badges and stuff like that. So I've already bought a few little bits for it to do. But we shall see how this progresses. So it's going to be a winter project, isn't it, really? But that's how it goes. I'll show you what it looks like with me on it, because people think the 350 it's going to be quite small, but it's not. So it's not actually a small bike. It's actually bigger than the Hunter. You're quite a reach on there, which I really like. As soon as I sat on this, I thought, yeah, that'll do. That'll do for me. And so And then with the 2 clocks, you've got the ammeter on the top there. This little thing here is the steering tightener, so you can alter sort of the tension on the steering, which I always found very odd, but it's, you know, it's what they did in the day. So let's check that mirror if I'm going to try and get out on this. Gear stick on the other side, so you've got to get used to that. It's the same as my early Enfields was on the other side. So only 4 gears on this. Obviously foot brake on the other side and clutch as is. So we shall see. I've got a gear indicator down here as well, which is quite interesting, little gear indicator. But these are running about 30 horsepower, so quite pokey for the day. And even now, 350 doing 30 horsepower is sort of more than what the Hunter does, and you know, the CB350 is coming out. So quite interesting. It's not quite a high power output, and obviously it's a twin, so it's going to sound good if I can get it started. So I suppose I ought to try, and I really see if I can get this thing started. The oddity, the choke is up here, so you tension it to take the choke off, which is really odd, isn't it? And I got the wrong way around the first time. So that's on, and you only need a certain amount of choke. I need to put the fuel on and then tickle the carb. Right. Right, cool, that took a lot of tickling. Right. What do we think? Get it up to the top. Helps you put the key in, doesn't it? Right, hang on. There's no nice word from this from the thing, is there? Right, now we should go. This is going to be hard work, isn't it? Right, change of tactic. Can you not get these with like a electric start? Give me a minute. Right, I'm not going to show you how hot and sweaty I got doing that, but I've worked it out. It needs no choke, this thing. So the choke is here. As I said, you retard that to lift to drop the butterflies, or what you want to call it, but that's off. Obviously needs to warm up, but sounds all right. The engine's not rattly, which is really nice. So I'm going to let it warm up and then see if I can take it for a little spin. Let's see how we go. Don't stop. Oh, it stopped. Okay. But anyway, it does start. It does kick over really easy, actually. Thank God it's not 500. So the first ride, it's like a, you know when you think you shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have really ridden that, I should have waited a little bit longer. But you don't know, do you? So I was kind of, it was actually riding really nicely. It's really good. And I'd probably got about 2 miles, something like that. And it was starting to rev really high. You know, but that was just the throttle thing twisting round the binnacle thing here. But so that's not a problem. But it was really starting to smoke when I pulled over, because I wanted to put my camera back on, and it was belching smoke out of it. So I was kicking it over, it was going pop pop, the smoke belching out of it. So it's the tacho drive which is missing, but there was a screw in there that's picked out, unscrewed, and sorry about the road, and that's obviously blasting oil out. But luckily I was on the way to Dave, so Dave's going to come pick it up. He's going to pick me up and it. Yeah, I'm bleeding. Oh, he's bleeding. So anyway, never give up, never surrender. But Dave has got a thingy drive for this, so we might be able to repair it, and then I can ride it home. But we'll have a go at that. But I don't want to ride it because obviously I lost a bit of oil out of there. So apart from that, it was all right. I noticed that the handlebars are on a rubber bushing, which is quite interesting. It feels like they're falling off, but they're not. They've just got a thing. It's a bit like the old Featherbed Nortons, isn't it? I suppose. But yeah. When it was revving the nuts out of it, oh no, it's going to go bang. But we sorted that bit. All the joys of running a classic Triumph within 2 miles. Right, I shall await Dave's arrival. Thanks everybody.